Hey, Pat, it's great to see you, man. So Card Party's happening. The second time. Last year was in California. This year we're in Florida. So just tell me a little about the show.
Yeah, so Card Party was built to bring the community together to allow for the fans and the creators to sort of be in the same space. You know, there's a lot of card events and they're great, but they're mostly focused on the buying, selling, and trading. And that's obviously a part of Card Party, but we really wanted the community to come together and have some fun, create some memories. My favorite comment from last year, and you were there and you and everybody else was like, this is so different. My favorite comment is when people are like, it felt like summer camp, right? Where you go, you kind of escape. Everything is all in the same hotel, so you don't ever leave. And you're seeing people through the hallways and you're just kind of making friends. And, people made lifelong friends there, which was incredible. And they're coming back and you guys are coming back strong with us. And I'm just so stoked for what's going to happen and all the things we had planned.
No, you couldn't have said it better. When I was at that show last year, it felt like a completely different experience than your typical trade show. It was much more geared to having fun, to being interactive with things. The amount of things that are available to kids, younger children, to have fun and really engage in the experience was top notch, and then the way the influencers interacted with him was terrific. Your personal channel that you have is just so interactive and so fun. I couldn't have been a better person to put on a show and to organize a show than yourself. So.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that. I have a lot of experience in my other career as an entrepreneur, going to a lot of business events, right? And so those business events are laid out really, really well. They're very organized. There's a lot of little breakouts. There's networking events, activities. There's these big keynotes that happened. And then when I got into the Pokemon space, I was like, whoa, there's just a big giant room and we could all go in there and have fun, but you kind of have to make that experience your own. And I know from my perspective, especially as an introvert, it's like if I'm going to an event like that, I'm probably going to be hiding in the corner, right? Versus how can I create these business-like events that are so well organized, but add Pokemon on top of it? That's why the event last year was really well run, even though it was our first year, because I partnered with a company that runs these business events. I was like, okay, you guys run this event, do all the administrative and organizational stuff so it's just as free-flowing and clean, but let me bring the fun and the Pokemon and add on top of that. And it seemed to work out really, really well. I've even had a lot of people who have been in the space for a very long time who attend these events all throughout the year who go just this was so different. And it felt so when's the next one? When's the next one? And like, okay, we got to, one step at a time, but we're here at Gen 2. One of the other fun things we do is we have a lot of, it's Gen 2 because it's the second generation of the event, but in Gen 2 of Pokemon, it's now gold versus silver because that's what Gen 2 was. Gen 1 was red versus blue. And just like in, Harry Potter, right, where Ravensclaw or Gryffindor can earn points for their house.
Yep.
You can earn points for your team as an attendee, and the creators are also on the teams. And it's kind of fun, healthy competition with some stake in it. And it just, again, brings that camp-like experience to the community.
No, that's terrific. When I think of a way to be engaging, I think about those things those places summer camps and things like that, organizational institutions, just know how to do it. And how you put that backbone into a show, it really, really was displayed in full force, and we had a great time there when we were there set up at Card Party last year. We're super excited to be back. We're going to be grading on site here too, so you can actually bring in your Charizard, your Venusaur, your Blastoise, Pikachu, whoever your favorite Pokemon is, get a slab there right on site and be done in the same day if you want.
I can't tell you how excited people are for that. First of all, just thank you, because I know it's a coordinated effort on your side to help make that happen. But imagine coming to the show on Friday or Saturday, being able to not just submit your cards there, but actually get them back on Sunday and go home with them, right? What an amazing thing. And I imagine that there's going to be a ton of cards that are open at the event. In fact, last year, our vendors said it was the most profitable event that many of them ever sold at, which was actually a surprise to us, right? We built this around the community and the creators and the content, but it actually was really good for buying, selling, and trading too. And now you have CGC there to be able to submit those cards, kind of cement those memories into place and take them home with you.
No, and that's what's great about it too, is I think that having the experience of where you don't have to let your collectible really out of your sight that much. Mailing the cards sometimes can be traumatic for people, and be able to do it all in one shop, at the show will be terrific. And, we'll have a ton of cool samples too to give away with the Card Party logo on the back. So there'll be a lot of good stuff happening out there. We'll have a lot of cool things planned at our booth as well. So, I'm just really excited to see the community come together. Like you said, it just brings a different atmosphere to the community when they come there. And I think that transcends to people buying more, trading more, having more fun. I think that's, part of the experience. And I know that, it was successful last year, but I know now that you guys got a taste of it, like you mentioned, hone in on the things that did great, and expand upon those. I just can't get enough, and I cannot wait for this show in a couple weeks.
I can't either. I mean, a lot of planning is being put into place, and I have to give credit to where credit is due. A lot of the support is coming from the creators coming to the event as well. I mean, they're coming because they want to come and interact and be a part of the community. And, you know, it's one of those things where, you know, we have our friends online and we always see them like in Discords and stuff, but like this is the chance for them to see each other in person and hang out and do all those fun things. And I think another thing that was cool that I noticed from last year was none of the kids who were around there. I mean, there's quite a few kids, but there's a lot of adults and higher level investors and collectors as well. But no kids were on their phones or iPads or anything. Like everybody was engaged, having conversations. There were even parents who were there because their kids were coming who left now having collected Pokemon since then and have gone deep into the space as well. Because we try to educate too. There's TCG tournaments happening. We have a group coming in this year to help teach the TCG, like specifically how to play the game there. So, I mean, all around, it's kind of one of those things where it's like, it's an open field. You get to make the experience your own, but we're giving you opportunities to have a lot of fun. And there's a lot of great companies, especially CGC coming in hot with on-site grading and submissions. I just can't thank you enough for that because that's going to be really, really cool. I don't know that happens very often. So
it really doesn't. There's only like probably about 2 shows a year that we actually certify cards on site, and we couldn't have picked a better show, I think, Pat. You know, this show is really going to be exciting. You know, what we here at CGC, we're all a bunch of investors and collectors and lovers of cards ourselves, so we like to look at these cards like they're our own. So when you guys submit cards to CGC Cards, we treat these cards with the utmost respect and care, make sure they're attributed properly, put in a perfectly crystal clear case, you know, so we do all those things just to make sure that this collectible is coming back to you exactly how you gave it to us, but in a beautiful graded CGC slab.
Yeah, it's perfect. And you guys have made the process very clear. It's on the website, all those things. It's like, thank you for making it easy. And for many people, it's likely going to be their first experience getting cards graded. And I know it's going to be a great experience for them working with CGC over at Card Party in Orlando.
No, I'm excited, Pat. I can't wait to see you there. We can't wait to be there. So we'll be set up. Come visit us at CGC Cards. And obviously, Pat, I know you have a lot of stuff planned for it. Probably some stuff that you're probably going to surprise some people with. Excited to see what goes down.
There's another world record into play. It's not the same one as last year, even though I have the world record over here from last year. Nice. That we can all share together. That's, again, part of the experience is we're sharing these things together. So many people who were there last year got to go home and tell all their friends and family, like, I am a world record holder. We're creating another experience. That's all I'm going to say about that. But you'll see more of that when you're there.
That's awesome, Pat. No, I can't wait. It's going to be a great event, man.
Thanks, brother.
All right.